As all good things in the Helios world happen, Rayford Etherton introduced us to the cause, and we're so honored to be a part of it and to be able to introduce all of our expertise into such a great cause.
CiviConnections is a media research and targeting company that focuses on areas of public importance, like public health and governmental outreach. We work with governments, nonprofits, and other organizations to deliver targeted messaging to communities that need to hear them. And we rely a lot on analytics and data to ensure that our targeting is precise and cuts down on inefficiency so that we can deliver these messages while minimizing the number of folks who don't need to hear the message.
Quite frankly, it saves lives. We know that this is a pandemic, this is an epidemic that has affected everyone. I know I've been personally affected. I know Bill has. It's hard to find someone who hasn't been hit close to home by this opioid crisis that we have here. So when we were given the opportunity to apply our expertise and our technology and our passion, we jumped on the opportunity.
I would add to that too. When you look at a lot of advertising in just America, right? Mostly it's about selling products. So your success is how much did it cost to sell a mattress, a Kit Kat bar, a pair of sneakers, and our goal here, our conversion is working backwards from saving lives. How many lives can you save by applying a methodology that is rooted in data and analytics and pairing that with a humility and a care that can work backwards from that really important goal. So when I think about what we want to do and how we wake up every morning and what motivates us to go to work, it's a lot easier and more fulfilling to do this type of work, because at the end of the day we're advertising and we're trying to get a message out, but that message's purpose is to save lives, and I think that makes everybody at CiviConnections feel really good about themselves.
A phrase we often use is messaging for good. We know that there are a lot of people suffering out there. There are a lot of people lonely and they're scared currently who might have an opioid addiction right now. How do we find those people and how do we educate them on resources that are going to be able to help them and possibly save lives here in Mobile, Alabama, for members of the tribe? And we look forward to having this methodology, expanding it in order to message for the most good.
So I think the way to think about how we'll be working together inside the Helios Alliance is that, as the model is being developed, we're going to be working with the modelers to provide data sets about past public health campaigns so that they can incorporate that into the model. Or this is not the first time that messaging has been developed and put into market around opiate use disorder or even other public health campaigns. I mean, you can think about tobacco, you can think about seat belts. There's a whole literature that goes back decades around public health. So we'll be working with the Helios Alliance and the data modeling team on identifying and doing the research of past campaigns so that they can model their effectiveness. So that's sort of on the front end. We'll be doing that type of research work with them. But once the model is done, or at least the first version of the model is done, and I think that's an important point, we'll be taking the output of that model, right? Who are the most important populations to reach, and how many times do they need to hear a message, and how long should that message be, and should the message be anchored with community validators? Should it be doctors, pastors, family members? Should it be on Facebook? Should it be on YouTube? Should it be a billboard? And then we'll be getting that out into the world. So we're going to be taking the output of the model and then actually delivering those messages to these populations. And I think crucially, the third part of this is that we'll be feeding that data once we're in market back into the model. So it becomes a flywheel where we have a starting point, and then we go out and we get these messages out, and then we listen and we take the data back from this, and we feed it back into the model. And that's, I think, one of the things that's very different about this campaign than other previous public health efforts around the opioid epidemic, is that there is going to be a humility. Maybe our first approach won't work. Maybe our second approach won't work. maybe we'll be surprised by things that we didn't think would work, but do actually work. And the more we get out there and the more we push these messages into these populations, we'll be able to get that data back, and the model will become smarter. I think I would just like to extend a real heartfelt appreciation for the Porch Creek Band of Indians for making an investment that is not only going to help their community, but Alabama and the entire country. I mean, there is a great need for this work, and I think they took an enormous and generous first step in underwriting a model and a program and a methodology that is going to save lives. Like, there will not be harm done by this. This is only going to save lives, and it's going to find a way to save lives efficiently. And if you can do that efficiently, then you can do more of it. And so I think that this is scalable. I think it's really exciting, and I am genuinely blown away by the generosity and the vision of the Porch Creek Band of Indians, and look forward to working with them in the future.
Not much good happens often without a step of bravery, and the Porch Band of Creek Indians has really stepped up and heeded the call to represent their people and do what's best for them, and to do something that's going to save lives again. The question, when we have such great resources available, the challenge is, why not do this? Why not do something like this if we know it's going to do good? And so again, I want to commend the Porch Band of Creek Indians on this brave step that they've taken, and I hope that other leaders that are blessed to be in such a position will also heed that call and accept that duty to do the most good for the people that they can do the good for. And we're here to educate and message for that.
Make the most of it.
Yep.